It all began with what seemed like a harmless friend request, just a simple notification that popped up late one evening, quietly changing the course of one woman's life. The recipient was a woman in her 50s, feeling isolated and vulnerable after a particularly difficult year. She was searching for connection, and the message from David Fisher arrived at just the right moment. David's profile seemed almost too good to be true. A successful German architect, always on the move, sharing photos from exotic destinations and famous landmarks. He appeared sophisticated, cultured, and attentive to every detail. Their conversations quickly blossomed, evolving from casual greetings to deeply personal exchanges. David sent glamorous photos and captivating stories from his travels, while also listening intently to her hopes, dreams, and fears, making her feel truly understood. Yet whenever she suggested a video call, David always had a reason to decline, blaming poor internet connections, a broken camera, or urgent work meetings that never seemed to end. Despite never seeing his face in real time, the relationship, built entirely on messages, felt intoxicatingly real. She found herself eagerly awaiting his replies, feeling special, valued, and truly seen for the first time in years. David spoke often of a future together, painting vivid pictures of a new life filled with love and adventure, promising that everything would begin once his final project was complete. But behind the charm and carefully crafted words, every detail was a calculated lie, meticulously designed to win her trust, lower her guard, and set the stage for a devastating scam that would soon unfold. Once trust was secured, David's story took a dark and unexpected turn. He suddenly claimed that a business crisis overseas had left him stranded, with all his accounts mysteriously frozen and no way to access his own money. He painted a picture of desperation, far from home and unable to pay for even the most basic necessities. He pleaded for a temporary loan, insisting it was just a short-term fix. He promised not only to repay her quickly, but also to reward her generosity with a bonus, framing the request as a smart investment in their shared future together. The first requests were small, just enough to test her willingness to help and to see if she would take the bait. Each time he made it seem like a one-time emergency, but as she sent money, the crises only escalated. Suddenly there were legal fees, unexpected bribes, and urgent bills, each new problem more desperate and convincing than the last, keeping her constantly on edge. To make his story believable, David sent her fake documents, official-looking papers and emails that seemed to prove his dire situation, making the lies feel all too real and urgent. He expertly alternated between messages of love and panic, switching from sweet affection to urgent distress. This emotional rollercoaster deepened her investment, making her feel needed and responsible for his well-being. The victim, desperate to help the man she believed she loved, kept sending money, convinced with every transfer that she was saving their future and proving her loyalty. All the while, she was being expertly manipulated by a scammer who knew exactly how to keep her hooked, using every trick in the book to maintain control and keep the money flowing. Months passed and her savings vanished. Yet David's problems never ended. Her family, alarmed by her secrecy and financial strain, intervened and urged her to investigate. A reverse image search shattered the illusion. David's photos belonged to a real architect, stolen for the scam. The truth was devastating. Her love, her future, all a cruel deception. With her family's support, she gathered evidence and reported the crime to police. Investigators recognized the classic signs of a romance scam and began tracing the digital and financial trail. The scammer's efforts to hide his identity were sophisticated, but the money trail offered crucial leads. The investigation spanned borders, determined to unmask the person behind David Fisher. Police traced emails and money transfers, eventually leading to a man in his 40s. No architect, no ties to Germany. A raid uncovered devices filled with chat logs, fake profiles, and evidence of many victims. Overwhelmed by evidence, the scammer pleaded guilty to multiple counts of fraud. In court, his calculated manipulation and the victim's heartbreak were laid bare. He received a significant prison sentence and was ordered to pay restitution, though full recovery was unlikely. The legal victory brought some closure, but the emotional scars and financial loss lingered. For the victim, rebuilding trust and security would be a long, difficult journey. The impact of romance scams goes far beyond just financial loss. These scams can leave deep emotional scars that last long after the money is gone. They shatter confidence, destroy trust, and can make it difficult to believe in genuine connections again. This story serves as a powerful warning. Scammers are highly skilled at exploiting loneliness and hope, weaving convincing lies that seem almost real. Be especially wary of anyone who consistently avoids video calls or makes excuses to not meet in person. If someone asks for money, no matter how compelling or urgent their story sounds, always take a step back. Verify their identity, use reverse image searches, and talk to trusted friends or family members about any new online relationships. Their perspective can help you spot red flags you might miss. Never send money or gifts to someone you've only met online, no matter how much you think you know them. If you suspect a scam, immediately stop all contact. Save every piece of evidence and report it to both the police and the online platform where you met the person. Speaking up and sharing your experience can help stop these criminals and protect others from heartbreak and loss. In today's digital age, vigilance, awareness, and open communication are your best defense against online romance scams.